A silent scream tore through the vast canvas of the endless savanna. It echoed the primordial terror of a mother facing her worst nightmare. In that distant scene, a cat and mouse game was being played, a life hanging in the balance. The victim was a young lion, his tiny paws clawing desperately at the rough bark of a tree. His meows were small but frantic, muffled cries for help lost in the immensity of the savanna. High above him coiled a monster, a 20-foot-long rock python, its scales shimmering menacingly in the sun. The python was squeezing the lion relentlessly, refusing to loosen its deadly grip. The little lion struggled, but it was futile. He was trapped in a battle he could not win. Every squeeze of the python tightened, sending a chill through the young lion's body. Its tail lashed frantically, but the python remained firm. Down below, the lioness watched helplessly, her whole world crumbling before her eyes. She wanted to reach out, to tear the snake apart, but she was locked in a macabre stalemate with another python. Above her head, the clash of wills escalated. She knew her cub was in grave danger. Now she had to fight to free herself and rush to help. How much longer could her cub survive? Below the tree, the battle between the lioness and the other python reached its peak. Their bodies intertwined in a tangle of claws and fangs. Neither predator wanted to back down. But the lioness had a score to settle, a cub to save. With a final surge of adrenaline, she managed to break free from the python's embrace. She shook off the dirt and leaves and dashed under the tree. With a mighty leap, she landed near her cub. Her roar wasn't fierce. It was pleading, desperate. She nudged her cub, trying to rouse him, trying to find a way to help. She glanced up at the python, and then at her cub. Her golden eyes shone with determination. There had to be a solution, some way to save her baby. As the seconds ticked by, she knew her cub's survival was on the line. His breathing was shallow, and his little body was limp. Just as the situation seemed utterly hopeless, as if fate itself was conspiring against the lions, something unexpected happened. A new presence intervened, shattering the silence of the savanna. The newcomer's appearance seemed almost miraculous, as if summoned by the lioness's desperate cry for help. A towering male gorilla emerged from the thicket, its imposing presence filling the clearing, its muscles tensed, ready to act. Its dark eyes fixed on the python, assessing the situation. Despite the absence of weapons or obvious threats, the gorilla's mere presence seemed to intimidate the snake. The python hesitated, sensing a new and formidable opponent. However, despite the momentary distraction, the python's main focus remained the small lion caught in its coils. The predator's instinct took over. It squeezed tightly, determined to neutralize its prey. The young lion struggled feebly, but the python's grip was relentless. Seeing her cub fade before her eyes, the lioness knew she had to act. She sprang towards the python, her sharp teeth bared. She bit hard, trying to divert the snake's attention. But the python was too focused on its prey. It thrashed violently, knocking the lioness away. With a flick of its tail, the python managed to shake off the lioness's attacks. It reared its head, ready to strike again. The lioness, though determined, was beginning to feel overwhelmed. The python was proving to be stronger than she had anticipated. Just when it seemed the little lion would surely die, the male gorilla made its move. It charged forward, crashing into the python with incredible force. The impact sent shock waves through the clearing. The python recoiled, momentarily stunned by the sheer force of the collision. The gorilla didn't hesitate. It pounced on the snake, grappling with it, trying to break the deadly coils around the little lion. The sight was astonishing. The lithe, powerful gorilla seemed born for the chase. It weaved, dodged, leapt and struck with the speed and agility of a seasoned hunter. The python, initially surprised, realized it was in a real fight. It thrashed, trying to bite, trying to flee, but the gorilla was relentless. Their struggle was epic. The clearing became a blur of motion, a whirlwind of flailing limbs and thrashing tails. Both animals were evenly matched, each determined to prevail. The outcome of the battle was uncertain. The clash between the two predators was intense. The python's strength should not be underestimated. It lunged, coiling around the gorilla's legs, trying to immobilize the agile primate. Its cold eyes stared intently, ready to strike, yet the gorilla stood firm. With nimble steps, it dodged the python's biting attempts, gradually gaining the upper hand. It grabbed the snake's head, pulling it away from its coils around the young lion. It was a critical moment in the battle. With the young lion freed from the tight coils, the gorilla's task became easier. It beat the python, trying to make it release its grip. The python, however, was far from giving up. It writhed, trying to counterattack, but the gorilla's grip was unyielding. Finally, after a long and exhausting struggle, the python succumbed. It released its grip and went limp. Its reign of terror on the savanna had come to an end. The silence descended once again on the clearing, but this time it was different. It was the silence of victory, of life prevailing over death. The lioness rushed to her cub. She nudged him, licking him gently, making sure he was okay. Relief flooded her as she felt his faint heartbeat. Slowly, very slowly, the cub started to stir. He lifted his head, blinking in confusion. His tiny roar echoed weakly, a testament to his ordeal. The lioness nuzzled him, showering him with affection. She let out a deep, rumbling purr. It was a sound of triumph, of gratitude, of a mother's boundless love for her cub. Meanwhile, the gorilla stood tall, watching the reunion between the lioness and her cub. It didn't need any reward. The sight of the cub alive and well was its reward. It had acted not out of selfish interest, but out of compassion. After a brief moment of contemplation, the gorilla disappeared into the bushes. It left behind the astonished lioness and the newly rescued cub. The news of the incident spread through the savanna like wildfire. The lioness and her cub became symbols of resilience and gratitude. And the gorilla, the unexpected hero, became a legend whispered among the animals of the plains. The story of their encounter became a parable, a reminder that kindness knows no bounds, and that sometimes the greatest strength comes from the most unexpected sources. The encounter between the lioness, her cub, the python, and the silverback gorilla was nothing short of extraordinary. It was a display of raw nature, a testament to the strength of maternal love, and an ode to the surprising heroism of primates. It serves as a profound reminder that life on Earth, in its unpredictability, can teach us valuable lessons about compassion, bravery, and the interconnectedness of all living things.